In a show called Joe's Bizarre Adventures, of course, there are many characters that are going to be considered very, very, very weird. And that's why today I want to talk about some more of the weird characters because, of course, with a show that's ran for almost 40 years, there's going to be a lot of odd ones in the bunch. And I only emphasize that because these characters are so weird. I had to add a fourth installment of this video. This is my fourth time making a video like this. 4. But whatever, let's get straight into it. Up first we have Popo. And with Popo, all you have to realize is he weirded me the fuck out. And I'm not even going to go straight off appearances because that's not the first thing that weirded me out. The first thing that got me was the fact he was able to hide in that room. Granted, it's a big ass room, but even still, how is he able to hide in a room like that and then just reappear, get larger? You look over, it looks like this nigga's eating his own fingers. That's literally gluttony. That's the gluttony they talk about in the Bible. It's also the fact, like, his few character traits that we got is supposed to be loyalty, you know, all that. He's the most loyal person within Passion. Great. But we literally see him after Giorno left thinking like, these little suckers. What? Don't you want loyalty? When in all reality, all he wants is servants. He wants people to be able to fetch him things. And I still wonder how he ended up in jail. Was he one of the only like major Passion members in jail? Was the local police actually cracking down on them? You know, what did he do to actually have to go to jail? Because that would have to be something insane. If you have the execution squad, you have all of Bruno's squad, which Bruno's squad, we've literally seen them beat a random person up for no reason because they suspected him of something. Because they were paranoid. The police ain't do shit. He also has a really weird relationship with respect. He feels like if respect isn't given, even God, these aren't his own words. Again, these aren't my words. He said even God would pardon the crime. That's just not how it works. As a matter of fact, that's just never been how it works. And plus his like character design just threw me off. Not because he's literally just round and has short arms and legs. His eyes. What the fuck are those? Can I even call them eyes? Like, up next we have Poor Tom. Now, if you're on part 8, you probably don't know who this is, but Poor Tom is a small, slightly overweight man who looks like a baby and has shorts and sandals on, but he's also wrinkled. You know, he's short like a baby, but he's also wrinkled, and on top of that, he has like clothes drawn on him like a tie. You know, I probably already put a picture up here to give you a visual, but like, yeah, he looks really odd. It should also be added to the fact he's one of the more vulgar characters in Joe's Bizarre Adventures, believe it or not, which you can probably believe it. He spends most of his time smoking cigarettes. Like, usually when you see him in part 8, he has a cigarette in one hand and a lighter in another. And he also uses his size to look up women's skirts and claims to have a girlfriend while also trying to get other girls' numbers. I remember this one panel from part 8, which him and Jobin, they were talking about their plan. He said he's going to use his stand on the Hokagekhi estate. And then this girl, I think she drove by and left her number out the car. And he ended up going on a date with her. And I literally thought to myself, he has to have some sort of secret magic. Like, that has to be a part of his stand ability. You know, I like for a second before the stand Ozone Baby was ever introduced, I was like, yeah, that might be a part of his stand. He might just be able to make people do it he wants with his words or something like that. And I think the even funnier thing is, even when you look him up, he's 57. And on top of that, his only hobbies are smoking and going on dates. Nothing else. So the fact that he's 57 and he doesn't have lung cancer, is only attributed to the fact that he's a rock human. That's all I'm saying. To end it off, we got the 80-something-year-old Kenzou. If you don't remember who that is the Dragon's Dream user. Kenzo, he was also a cult member. That is one of the most important things I remember about his story, because it fucking shocked me when I learned it. But then again, why should I be shocked? This is part 6. Of course, one of the antagonists was a cult leader at one point. They're in jail. You know, I would be more shocked if he was just like a gardener or something. Because what did you do to get in jail? Planted plants in the wrong space? Planting endangered species? I genuinely don't know. But one of the codes that Kenzou lives by is urine therapy. Yep, you heard me right. Urine therapy. He thinks that urine therapy is one of the keys to living a long, healthy life. Now, if you want me to explain what that is, please don't ask me to do that, but I will. It's him drinking his own urine every day. Every morning. Yep, he's drinking his own piss. But it would make sense from a man that was born in the 30s and was a part of a very popular cult that apparently, as in his words, other Hollywood stars and people were a part of. Which brings me to his backstory and kind of to his stand. This man and 34 others, I believe, were made to set themselves on fire, and he somehow was the only one that survived. And when the cult was caught, they gave him a 300-year sentence. But is he mad about his fallen comrades? No. Is he mad about the fact that his cult was disbanded? Yes. That's what he's mad about. He's mad about the fact that he'll never be back in the quote-unquote upper echelon of society. Which, if that's the upper echelon of society, us, the collective middle class, should be striving for the higher middle, close to upper echelon of society. Who am I kidding? It's still probably awful. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know, we're on the road to 5K, so anything helps. And until next time, peace.